Many of you will be expecting the narration of Bernard Cribbins when hearing this tune. It evokes many memories from passion for angling, and as you can see from the title, I was given the opportunity to fish the famous Redmire lakes. Fished with some of the greats and brought to most people's attention through passion for angling, I couldn't wait to get on the bank and film it for myself. And maybe even manage one of the infamous Redmire fish.
Yeah, come on! Woo! As you can tell from the title of the video, this session is a special one. Redmire, and it's a place that I've watched when I was younger, passion for angling. I'm sure lots of you have seen it, and if you haven't seen it, I urge you to watch it on YouTube, as it just shows how far fishing's come, but also how amazing it was back then as well. So it's a really special place. It's only about an hour and a half drive, but I'm already slightly behind, so I'm going to try and make up a bit of time. I've still got to go grab some bait from my dad's, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. There's 4 of us going, so hopefully we'll have a great session and I'll be able to show you some lovely Redmire fish, and I think we're just going to have an absolute blast. It's such a special place. So I'm going to carry on the drive, not talk to the camera too much because I want to get there in one piece, but I hope you enjoy this session because I'm sure as hell I'm looking forward to it. You lads? You on the soft stuff already, Ben?
Yeah, smashing it.
So here we are, the legendary Redmire, as you can see from behind me. We've just had a walk around, we've all had a look at the swims, and the fish are absolutely everywhere. It's absolutely incredible to see, and some absolute lumps, some small ones, but anything will be just an absolute treat to catch, to be honest. And as you can see, it's an absolute stunning lake, and it's completely steeped in history. I'm in my swim, a spot known as Pickford, and I've got a nice bit of water in front of me, nice clear patch to my left, and a nice channel going through. We've been watching the fish since we got here, and there's definite channels going through the centre of the lake where they're just patrolling up and down, and as I talk there's a fish cruising straight through my channel. That's another thing that's incredible about this place. The water is so clear, you can see so many fish, and that's quite a nice size one, just going pretty much where I was thinking to put my rod. There's 2 of them now. 3, there's not 3, so it's definitely a very visual water. You have to watch where the fish are moving, and it's great to see. We've seen some absolute lumps as well as some smaller ones. Get out, wasp. But it's an absolutely beautiful place. Go away. I've got my rig set up. I did a load less yesterday. I'm fishing 3 rods. I'm going to have one on a really simple braided hook link on a solid bag setup with a leg clip system, and the other 2 are still set up with helicopter setups, and I'm going to be fishing with IQD rigs with critically balanced bottom baits. So I'm fishing slightly different tactics. I've got a variety of bait here, and there's another lovely fish cruising through there. Oh, it's just great to watch. I'm going to stop rambling on, get the baits ready and send them out because there's fish patrolling up and down, and I'd love to nick one off as they're coming through. So yeah, I can say this all the way through, but it's a beautiful place, and I'm just so happy to be fishing somewhere that is so iconic. So let's try and get some of these beauties. everyone. A rather uneventful night, other than the birds going through my lines about half an hour intervals, so not enough for me to get to sleep properly. Unfortunately, Steve lost one last night, cut him off in the weed. Ben had a couple of chances stalking yesterday, but no luck in the end, but he's going to go stalking again today. I'm going to stick at it where I am, because I put quite a bit of bait in yesterday, and although the coots dived down quite a lot on some of the bait, this morning there's been loads of bubbling coming up on both my rods, both of the left hand rods anyway, on the clear spot which is in front of me. So I'm going to stick at it there, and even as I'm talking there's bubbles coming up over the right rod. So we'll see. The forecast is pretty horrendous today. At the moment it's a clear spell, but the forecast is for heavy rain from about 10 o'clock onwards, so I might try and get the rods repositioned shortly, and hunker down for the weather that's meant to come in. So another beautiful morning, and lovely to be here as well. So still just going to enjoy the whole part of being here. So be nice to have a fish to boot though. Spending all day stalking, and there's a little spot in this swim I've been feeding, a little crater which the fish obviously visit quite a lot, and I've been baiting up, and at lunchtime I put a load of free offerings in, went and had some soup, came back, and there was about 6 or 7 fish in there. They soon went off, so I lowered a rig in, and there's been one fish every sort of couple of minutes, comes in, takes a little bit, mooches, stays there and swims off. He just swam off again, so I brought the rod in, gone back to get a bit more bait, and I think I might change the hook bait to something a bit more visual, and lower back in right in the centre of this crater. I'm doing the video here because they're so spooky, I don't want to spook them down there. So I'm going to get back into the swim, put the rod back out, and hopefully we'll get a few more fish visiting in the evening, and we might pick one off. So let's go and have a crack. Clouded the bottom right up and then cleared off. Hopefully they'll be back again. Still got about 3 or 4 all on top of the bait. Very, very wary. They're taking the odd bit and swimming off, coming back, taking the odd bit. They're all probably about a foot from my bait. One of the little ones is absolutely covered in clay. The biggest one of the lot is just sat on top of my bait, covering it up from the other fish, but still feeding. Proper grubbing up now. The little ones are just bashing the bottom, plumes of cloud coming up. One of them's got to slip up sooner or later, come on. They're now hitting the bottom and on sideways. Proper happy feeding. Biggest carp of the afternoon just came in. Made a beeline for my bait, got within a couple of inches of it, spooked off it. They're such finicky fish. I don't think I'm going to get many more chances this evening, so I'm going to put in a load of bait, go and put my rods out for the evening and the night, and get straight back down here tomorrow morning, hopefully. Same again, but we'll pay off. It's been enjoyable to watch, but extremely frustrating at the same time. It's 5:30, so I've got about an hour and a half, just under, until the sun sets, and I've been sticking at it, stalking up there for pretty much all of the day, and I reluctantly wound in then, because there's fish all over me, big ones as well. So earlier I had some little ones come in, but then I'd say they're all mid to upper doubles, maybe even a couple low 20s in there, and they're all grubbing around, but my rod just never went off, so I'm going to have a rethink about what rig I'm going to put out there. And as I wound in, I've put in a load more bait, probably about half a kilo's worth of bait, and I come back to my swim because I'm going to clip up the rods ready for the evening, and then probably head down and do a few more hours on that spot. Well, I'm back in the stalking swim, and as I speak there's fish grubbing around in the bait that I put in, so there's already fish here. They weren't taking my previous bait of chopped up boilie on the hair. So if they're not feeding on that and they're feeding on more natural stuff, it may be worth trying sweet corn. Steve gave me this tin of sweet corn, so I thought I'd bring any myself. And he's also given me a tin of hemp seed and snails. We said they were enjoying earlier, so I'm going to try something different on the hair, something more natural. And hopefully it'll pay off. I'm going to stay here into darkness, do a few hours here. I've clipped up the other rods, but the fish are grubbing around here, so it seems silly to wait till the morning. I'm going to do it now. So I'm going to get this rod sorter out, put it straight out because there's fish already in there. And fingers crossed it'll pay off. And I bought a tin for myself. Let's go. It's exactly 9 o'clock and I've just got all 3 rods back out, back in my swim and time to get some food on. It didn't pay off down there, unfortunately. I didn't see anything else come in, but then again it got dark and pretty cold, so I headed back. I've put a shed load more bait in, ready for the morning. Going to set my alarm for just before sunrise, get a cup of tea and a bit of food in me, and then I'm going to head straight back down there. And hopefully there'll be some fish still there, and they'll be mopping up all the food I've put out. So I put a mixture of hemp, sweet corn, boilie crumb, maggots, all sorts, to be honest. So they've got a lot to grub around, a lot of small bits and big bits. The big bits to get them feeding quite well, and the small bits get them rummaging around. So hopefully it'll stir them up and get a lot of interest, and come tomorrow morning they'll still be interested, get a bit more bait in, and it might pay off. But if not, I've got all 3 rods out here, so I could still have one in the night. But anyway, I'm gonna get some food on because I'm starving. Burgers and mince pie. So one more thing. Here's to hopefully having a fish. It's gone 5 in the morning and Ben's got one, so I've wound in to go and see it. Morning.
Morning.
That's a pretty fish.
Yeah, it's beautiful little filly.
I'm going to walk short and a half. What?
Ghostly activities.
That fish is scared, man.
That's going in the trailer for this video. What a magical place.
Smell up there.
Is it just weed?
That's okay.
I've got a big old light on my face at the moment, so I'm not quite sure what's going on, but 5 o'clock on the last morning, and we finally got what we come for, Redmire carp, and a lovely little fully scaled as well. I didn't have any mirrors when I came last time, so it's really nice to have one this time to add to the set, and it's a nice end to what's been quite a tricky trip. Sweet.
Well done, mate.
I think. Nice one, boy.
Happy days, Ben.
Well done,
Well
Ben.
done.
Morning everyone, and what a stunning morning it is. We've got a few hours left till we got to be off at 12. I'm going to head down to the spot we baited yesterday. I just want to sit here for a bit longer and just watch the mist roll across the bit annoyingly, when I got into the swim, both swans were right on top of the spot, and the spot is completely clear, so it could have been fish throughout the night and then the swans this morning, or it could have been the swans all the way through. Either way, the spots are pretty clear, so I'm going to put the rig in, put a lot more bait in, and hopefully throughout the course of the morning the fish will start moving around and come back in for a bit more of a grub around. It's my last shot at a fish, so this is all I can do, so fingers crossed and hope for the best.
Well, last cast bite from my swim over here. Had one earlier, unfortunately didn't land him, but then we got another small ghosty, so can't complain with that. Funny little chap.
Happy days.
See, like.
There's two in there right now, both really clouding it up. Two fish on top of the rig. I think a third fish may have just come in. Yeah, definitely there's three fish in there now. There's about four fish in there now. There's a big one coming back in. Two fish coming back in. Three fish. Come on, please stay on. Whoa. Come on. Come on. Yeah! Come on! What's that, 20 minutes left? Woo! Can someone bring my mat and sling? It's in my swim still. Come on! 20 minutes left, stalked out the margin. Whew! Just doubles, do you reckon?
Yeah.
Man, look at him, man.
He's
What a
round.
stunning little fish.
He's perfection.
Round, isn't he? Yes,
But that is your backdrop as well. Got to be out the car park in 20 minutes. What a minter. Well, we got to be out the car park in 20 minutes, but I've stuck at it in this little spot. Been watching them all yesterday evening, and all this morning, coming in, feeding, ignoring my bait. But I persevered, changed the tactics to no leader, just a bit of putty on the line, and an IQD rig, so it was really low visibility in the water. And this one, with 20 minutes left, has slipped up, and what an absolute peach of a common. So I've come to Redmire, I haven't blanked, I've caught one of the prestigious Redmire commons. Absolutely buzzing. What mint fish. Mwah. That water is cold.
Yeah.
Proper dropped off, hasn't it? When you're ready, buddy.
Had to get his head over that weed.
He's gone straight to the weed. There we go. Right, mad dash to the car park.
Well done.
Cheers.
Nailed.
Well, this is the first for me, filling out a logbook, but hopefully it's first of many times.
I must admit, I've never seen anybody deserve a fish as much as you did. When all that time sat there with one rod in, that is just well deserved, mate. That really was.
Well, there was nothing really shown in my swim. That's the only place I've seen them repeatedly coming back into.
Yeah.
Sat there last night in the cold, thinking, what am I doing?
You want to come back?
Do.
Yeah.
How old is this damn wall fence?
I know, but like,
Can it support 12 stone?
I'm not really sure, mate.
I don't want to be the one that breaks it. Well, we've come to the end of the session. We've actually overran slightly. We've filled out the logbook, and thankfully I had one right at the very end. Persevered in that little spot and got it all on film as well, which is pretty mint. Ben, who's photobombing me behind, you had a couple as well.
Yep, had a couple of turns.
And lost one. But, well, had one that sort of came out and hooked itself in the cheek, which is a bit of a shame. But happy days, and you two struggled a bit more. But I think we'll all be back again. I mean, even if I hadn't caught, I think I'd still have been super happy with the session, just because being here is pretty mint. So just having the fish was the cherry on top, really. But I'm sure we'll all be back again. Hope you enjoyed the video. Something a bit different, quite a special place from my usual fisheries. But please hit like if you like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, add me on Facebook and Instagram, and I'll see you again soon. Cheers, guys.